Greetings all! I bid you all welcome to March Effect Month! Woo-hoo-hoo! This is a time to celebrate the original Mass Effect trilogy. This is the second part from a series that I've decided to upload from my first channel. It was created to help me channel my creative energies through some very difficult times. To this day, there are specific parts of the Mass Effect trilogy, the scenes, the soundtrack, the trailers, the characters, that really cause me to tear up, make me confront that darkness that was trying to consume me, and emerge victorious every single time. From one Mass Effect fan to another, and from one Commander Shepard to another. Don't let fear compromise who you are. In this episode, Commander Shepard lands on Eden Prime, or as my dear friend Waspen constantly reminds me and jokingly makes fun of me, Eden Prime. The best way I can describe it to people who don't know Mass Effect yet is that, well, this is the Resident Evil equivalent of a human colony on the outskirts of Raccoon City. However, instead of a T-virus that can cause the downfall of humanity, you're getting a glimpse at a much stronger synthetic virus from a force beyond the darkest corners of the void that aims to annihilate all sentient life in the galaxy. Without spoiling anything, I'm gonna make a concise summary from my boy Nathan Explosion from Metalocalypse.
Blacker than the blackest black, times infinity.
So the stakes are a tiny bit higher in this one.
I f***ing love steak.
I know.
Enjoy.
Commander Shepard, I was hoping you'd get here first. Give us a chance to talk. I'm interested in this world we're going to, Eden Prime. I've heard it's quite beautiful.
They say it's a paradise.
Yes, a paradise. Serene, tranquil, safe. Eden Prime has become something of a symbol for your people, hasn't it? Proof that humanity can not only establish colonies across the galaxy, but also protect them. But how safe is it really?
Do you know something?
The galaxy can be a very dangerous place.
I think it's about time we told the commander what's really going on.
This mission is far more than a simple shakedown run.
I already figured that out.
A research team on Eden Prime unearthed some kind of beacon during an excavation. It was Prothean.
We all owe the Protheans a great debt.
I thought the Protheans vanished 50,000 years ago.
Their legacy still remains. The mass relays, the Citadel, our ship drives. It's all based on Prothean technology.
We need to bring the beacon back to the Citadel for proper study.
I'd like to know more about Eden Prime before we touch down.
Eden Prime is one of our oldest and most successful colonies. It's a peaceful farming world. It symbolizes humanity's growth and evolution as a spacefaring species. And after this, it will be known as the world where humans made a discovery of galactic importance.
Captain, we got a problem.
What's wrong, Joker?
Transmission from Eden Prime, sir. You better see this.
Bring it up on screen.
Get down! We are under attack, taking heavy casualties. I repeat, heavy casualties.
Reverse and hold at 38.5. Tell Alenko and Jenkins to suit up, Commander. You're going in.
Ready and able, sir.
The mission's yours now, Shepard. Good luck!
Engaging stealth systems. Somebody was doing some serious digging here, Captain. We are approaching drop point 2.
The squad set foot planetside. The Normandy maneuvered above their heads and descended into orbit.
Ship perimeter secured, Commander.
Nihlus' update came fast.
This place got hit hard, Commander. Hostiles everywhere. Keep your guard up.
He was deployed in another drop zone and scouted ahead. Shepard wasn't wrong about Eden Prime. It was beautiful beyond expectation. Lush vegetation, clear running water, rich life-supporting atmosphere, holding a striking resemblance to Earth. The planet bore its name with pride. The last vestiges of light from the sunset pierced that of the clouds of ash and destruction in the distance, bathing the landscape crimson red. Commander Shepard gave the order to scout ahead. Standard reconnaissance was necessary to formulate a better plan moving forward. An eerie calmness cloaked the destructive tension that followed the sudden attack on Eden Prime. The commander thought he noticed something in the distance. There, behind the clouds of ash, it resembled a warship. He rushed back for a better vantage point. For a moment, he stood in place, gazing over the cliff. The destruction was more widespread than he initially thought. The entire defending forces were wiped out. He used the sniper scope to better surveil. Smoke was billowing from every aligned structure in the distance. How could such widespread destruction take place in mere hours? There, towards the east, recent signs of attack. The limited Human Alliance defenders must have held bravely.
We are under attack, taking heavy. Get evac. They came out of nowhere. We need.
The battle was brief, albeit devastating. The invasion was over in mere hours. Two bodies laid on top of rocks burned to a crisp, still smoldering. Shepard received his darkest baptism of fire back on Akuz, when his entire platoon was slaughtered. He was the only survivor. It branded him forever. He had gazed into the gaping maw of death and emerged, scarred but alive. This would be a feat that he will be cursed to repeat many times over in the coming wars.
Still, the sight of these smoldering bodies only foreshadowed what was in store for him on Eden Prime. He noticed tracks leading towards a small lake, footprints in the sludge and mud up until the water's edge. Shepard called Kaidan and Jenkins to follow him. They had been with Shepard for a few missions and learned to trust his instincts. Broken reeds downstream. The dust and ash had colored the water black and difficult to traverse. The squad sheathed their weapons. Dead end. But the commander's striking skills were correct. Someone had stashed some medical supplies here. They rushed back. Local fauna seemed harmless enough. Kaidan asked the commander if he could take a moment to examine the bodies. Shepard gave him a quick nod in agreement and took point ahead. Kaidan looked closer. Lack of any protective gear suggests that these were colonists, not armed forces, possibly attempting to take shelter away from the epicenter of the attack. Fatal burns, unlike anything the lieutenant had ever seen. Recently deceased, still smoldering with a nauseating essence, suggesting deeper tissue damage that persisted. While Commander Shepard scouted ahead and Lieutenant Alenko took some quick samples, Corporal Jenkins was visibly shaken. His eyes fixated on the burned colonists. His palms were sweaty inside his jumpsuit. The air, heavy with smoke, forced him to cough violently. The commander returned and gave the order to proceed. There was still a lot of ground to cover, and the trail of bodies continued. Open ground. Funneled. Ambush. He signaled the squad to stop moving. And waved to Jenkins to move to a flanking position. Shepard sprinted towards Jenkins. Amidst the broken wreckage of Geth drones laid the fallen soldier. Kaidan took his pulse, sighed, and closed his comrade's eyes.
Ripped right through his shields. Never had a chance.
The grass, caressed by the warm winds rising over the destruction in the horizon, nuzzled Jenkins' body. His blood now escaping through his pierced armor, waving crimson threads upon the water, clashing with the toxic fuel from the Geth. The commander knew he had little time to spare, but kneeled, removed his omnitool gauntlet, and pressed his bare hand on Jenkins' chestplate, now shredded and still hot from Geth fire. Shepard removed the corporal's dog tag, tied it on his shotgun, and lowered his head. He arose to address Kaidan.
We'll see that he receives a proper service once the mission is complete, but I need you to stay focused.
Aye, aye, sir.
Geth drones. These were reconnaissance drones used by the Geth, usually to either scout ahead of the main force or left behind to patrol for enemy combatants. Although they seem weak at first glance, they can be deadly in larger swarm formations, maneuvering rapidly and darting across the battlefield. They are equipped with lower capacity Geth assault rifles and can infiltrate enemy remote locations with ease, gathering intel and constantly updating other Geth. In truth, they fulfilled their objective in their skirmish. Now, it is time for Shepard to fulfill his. He calibrated his rifle and moved ahead.
Some burned out buildings here, Shepard. A lot of bodies. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try to catch up with you at the dig site.
Jenkins was now in the embrace of this broken paradise, the place where he was born and raised, his true home. You lay in human soil now, kid. Rest well. We will avenge you. The commander had to rush to meet Nihlus in the location he specified. If nothing else, he must obey the commands of his captain to support the Turian Spectre. Shepard paused. His fists clenched his sidearm. Another choke point. He equipped his rifle and moved to high ground for recon. Fire raged among the rubble above the cliff. No hope of survivors? The dreadful silence was shattered. An Alliance soldier. The commander sprinted ahead while Kaidan provided support. More Geth, main force assault troopers. Parts of their physiological design betray their Quarian creator's image. With the commander next to her, the Alliance soldier steeled her nerves, leapt out of cover, and fought back with renewed ferocity. Kaidan provided suppressing fire, but was dangerously hit. Overkill.
Thanks for your help, Commander. I didn't think I was gonna make it. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Are you wounded, Williams?
A few scrapes and burns, nothing serious. The others weren't so lucky. Oh man. We were patrolling the perimeter when the attack hit. We tried to get off a distress call, but they cut off our communications. I've been fighting for my life ever since.
Kaidan was pacing nervously.
Where's the rest of your squad?
We tried to double back to the beacon, but we walked into an ambush. I don't think any of the others... I think I'm the only one left.
This isn't your fault, Williams. You couldn't have done anything to save them.
Yes, sir. We held our position as long as we could, until the Geth overwhelmed us.
The Geth haven't been seen outside the Veil in nearly 200 years. Why are they here now?
They must have come for the beacon. The dig site is close, just over that rise. It might still be there.
We could use your help, Williams.
Aye, aye, sir. It's time for payback.
Move out.
The beacon's at the far end of this trench.
Barbaric. The broken bodies of the captives, impaled in such a macabre display. This reminded Shepard of the wars fought in the old ages of Firth's history, when Terrans indulged in despicable acts of cruelty. He was raised in the streets of Terra, in black bile and death gangs. He survived the onslaught of Akuz. But this was beyond his comprehension, especially for synthetic armies, and definitely something that the Geth did not learn from their Quarian creators. Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams stood frozen for a moment. Her knees weakened. Her rifles felt heavier on her back. It is highly likely that she knew those colonists while stationed there with her unit. She averted her gaze and pressed on with her new team. The commander moved cautiously, with Caden following orders in tow. But Ashley's lust for vengeance was overflowing inside her. She stood her position defiantly, exposed and out of cover, unleashing a barrage of fire upon the invaders. Shepard rushed in to attract enemy fire and shield Ashley. Recent excavation. Signs of rushed transportation.
This is the dig site. The beacon was right here. It must have been moved.
By who? Our side or the Geth?
Hard to say. Maybe we'll know more after we check out the research camp.
You think anyone got out of here alive?
If they were lucky. Maybe hiding up in the camp. It's just on the top of this ridge, up the ramps.
Nihlus' voice echoed in Normandy's comms.
Change of plans, Shepard. There's a small spaceport up ahead. I want to check it out. I'll wait for you there.
Indeed, Nihlus was moving fast alone. A few supplies couldn't hurt. Shepard surveilled the location and inquired his comrades about their thoughts.
It used to be beautiful here.
Smells like smoke and death.
Looks like they hit the camp hard.
It's a good place for an ambush. Keep your guard up.
The bizarre spikes towered among the ruins. Synthetic moans sent shivers down the spines of the squad. Strange tubes with Geth liquid protruding from the corpses. Neon lights flickered and came alive, as the bodies of the colonists now twisted and twitched with new purpose.
Oh God, they're still alive.
What did the Geth do to them?
Shields down.
All targets down.
Now we know what those spikes are for. Turning our own dead against us.
It must take a few hours for the spikes to turn people into husks. That door. It's closed. Security lock's engaged.
Humans. Thank the Maker.
Hurry! Close the door before they come back.
Nihlus was rushing ahead faster. Did the Spectre not spot the human survivors?
Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you. I think we'll be okay now. It looks like everyone's gone.
You're Dr. Warren, the one in charge of the excavation. Do you know what happened to the beacon?
It was moved to the spaceport this morning. Manuel and I stayed behind to help pack up the camp. When the attack came, the Marines held them off long enough for us to hide. They gave their lives to save us.
No one is saved. The age of humanity is ended. Soon, only ruin and corpses will remain.
What else can you tell me about the attack?
It all happened so fast. 1 second we were gathering up our equipment. The next we were hiding in the shed while the Geth swarmed over the camp.
Agents of the Destroyers, bringers of darkness, heralds of our extinction.
We could hear the battle outside. Gunfire, screams. I thought it would never end. Then everything went quiet. We just sat there, too afraid to move, until you came along.
Did you notice a Turian in the area?
I saw him, the Prophet, leader of the enemy. He was here before the attack.
That's impossible. Nihlus was with us in the Normandy before the attack. He couldn't have been here.
I'm sorry. Manuel's still a bit unsettled. We haven't seen your Turian. We've been hiding in here since the attack.
Can you tell me anything about the beacon?
It's some type of data module from a galaxy-wide communications network. Remarkably well preserved. It could be the greatest scientific discovery of our lifetime. Miraculous new technologies, groundbreaking medical advances. Who knows what secrets are locked inside?
We have unearthed the heart of evil, awakened the beast, unleashed the darkness.
Manuel, please. This isn't the time.
What's wrong with your assistant?
Manuel has a brilliant mind, but he's always been a bit unstable. Genius and madness are two sides of the same coin.
Is it madness to see the future? To see the destruction rushing towards us? To understand there is no escape? No hope? No. I am not mad. I'm the only sane one left.
I gave him an extra dose of his meds after the attack.
The scientist seems mentally affected by whatever he witnessed.
Williams, take us to the spaceport.
You can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. Night is falling. The darkness of eternity.
Hush, Manuel. Go lie down. You'll feel better once the medication kicks in.
With the survivors safe, the commander pressed on, eager to meet up with Nihlus, who, unfortunately, was about to make a bitter revelation about another allied Spectre.
Saren.
Nihlus.
This isn't your mission, Saren. What are you doing here?
The Council thought you could use some help on this one.
I wasn't expecting to find the Geth here. The situation's bad.
Don't worry. I've got it under control.
A lone shot broke the silence.
What is that? Off in the distance.
It's a ship. Look at the size of it.
Bear witness, a harbinger of dark tidings yet to come. The squad looked upwards towards the shattered heavens. The earth trembled, the skies broke apart, and the massive warship ascended.
Thanks for watching all. See you in the next one.